we are doing Jenna's birthday with baby toys.
Yeah, you got two up there. I was like, where are they? These are the ones that she bottle fed.
You can tell.
They're very, yeah, they're like, Mama. Here, do you want to give it a treat? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put it in the palm of your hand and hold it flat out, just like that.
She's standing on that, and that's what's making her sore. She just got too much foot.
Picard. He's gained 30 pounds, which is a lot for a little guy.
It's so hard when you trim these little babies, but they're so small, you want to keep them comfortable.
So we got a surprise for Frances tomorrow. Shh, don't tell her. But she's been here a year now. So we got a surprise for Frances tomorrow. Shh, don't tell her. But she's been here a year now. So we got a popsicle in the freezer. It's just water, apple, and carrots. That's all it is. We're gonna give it to her tomorrow. Don't tell her.
Outside crew, y'all have a good day. Proud of you and motivation.
Are you ready for breakfast? Hello.
What? This part. You're not even gonna believe it. Oh, we can walk over Look at here. There's like double floor space now. The floor is even sweat.
Wow.
It's amazing. Very impressive. You're fired.
That's awesome.
Very impressive. Can you guys find stuff now?
Isn't
it great? We were like, we could pass each other in here. And Jenna's like, yeah, I could break dance in here.
Do you want to do a demonstration, Jenna?
Come on, Jenna, the stage is yours.
Give us some,
Jenna.
some of those cheerleader moves.
Thank you. Oh yeah, she used to be a cheerleader.
Oh, what? I actually believe that.
Ready?
I can see
okay.
Wow, that's a horrible high beat.
The judgment. Well, we're really
She knew
proud
what it
of
was
you.
called.
Yeah, yeah.
What did we do with all of this room?
So today we got Calico out and we are checking her wounds. They're not looking super great, not what we were hoping for, so we sent pictures to Dr. Lydia and we are just waiting on a response of what she wants us to do as far as like changing our ointment or the type of bandages that we're doing.
Just spoke with Dr. Lydia after taking off Calico's bandages. There is a lot of proud flush and we are still having leaking joint fluid, but she is pretty hopeful. Her body is trying to heal it really hard and we can always debride the proud flush later. The biggest thing is trying to close over the open joint spaces. She is on pain meds twice a day. Dr. Lydia is gonna add in some omeprazole just to protect her gut while on pain medication. I just quickly wrapped it right now because we got more bandages that are going through the wash, so we're just gonna cover it for right now. Once those bandages are done, then we'll do another full wrap where we have standing wraps and the covering the medication and everything. But it's still really touch and go on whether or not she's gonna make a full recovery. We're still pretty worried and keeping an eye out for her going septic, so she is on pretty strong antibiotics right now as well. But we're gonna keep on doing the changes, and Dr. Lydia said as long as her mentation's good and she's still a happy girl, that we're gonna keep fighting for her.
So today I'm be working with Glory. Just waiting on her to leave the gate. which she doesn't want to. There we go. So I have worked with Glory a couple times. She is overall a sweet mare, but she can show potentially dangerous behavior. I know she'll come right up to me, but sometimes she'll just kind of toss her head and screech and do this weird thing. When we got her at the auction, they said that she was sour to people and other horses. So I just got to be very cautious when I'm working with her. And I will use the flag in case she comes at me. I can make some noise and get her away from me. So this is the desensitizing tool. When horses get scared, sometimes they'll clench down their jaw. So if she goes to pick this up, gets scared by it and clenches her jaw, she'll try to get away from it, try to run away. And once she finally relaxes, her jaw will release and she'll drop it. And she is very curious. So there's a good chance that she will take that and bite it. But she doesn't care regardless. She's just curious about it. But she doesn't seem to care about this tarp. I'll get her to keep going a little bit more. Sometimes you do have to put a little bit more pressure so they can figure it out. But the whole goal is to be as light as possible. So say I want her to turn around here, I'll point first, and that's me asking her. And I didn't have to reinforce or tell her that time. That's why you want to start off as light as possible and then build up as needed. So if I can point here and she'll start going, then I'll tell her, and then I'll reinforce. And as soon as she starts going, take it away. She's checking out the flag over there right now, seeing if it's gonna jump out and scare her. And I'll just work on getting her used to it. We'll touch her with it. Go down her legs, on her chest, down her belly, go down her butt too. And when I'm doing this, I'm gonna be kind of prepared for her to try to turn and kick me, especially if she's never done this before. And something I want them to be able to do is disengage their hindquarters. If I need to get them away from me, I should just be able to bump up and get her to step away. I'll go right back to desensitizing with this flag. She really doesn't seem to care about it, so I'm pretty happy with that. Get her to move her feet while it's back there, down her back leg. But I also want to work on some flexion. Stand here at her shoulder and just ask her for her to bring her head over here. I would like her to move her head just a little bit more towards me before I quit this, and wait for her to turn her head just a little bit. And then reward her, give her that encouragement, like, yeah, that's what I wanted you to do. She did pretty good with all that, so I'm gonna call that good for her for today. Since she was having some issues, I'm not gonna try to overdo it. I'm just gonna take it slow. Just make sure I cover all my bases.
Sweet lady. Yeah, she has a lot of knots in her hair.
We are doing Jenna's birthday with baby toys musical.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just that.
Put your hat on, Jenna. You put your hat on. I don't know what. Party. There's a camera.
great.
We are finishing up with Calico. We basically before just wanted to have it covered. Our wraps, we've been going through them so fast we can't keep up with them in the laundry. We were waiting on those to come out of the dryer, and we're gonna get the standing wraps on so that her bandages can help become more stabilized overnight. All right, she can go back in her stall. How did that go? It went really good. She's used to this by now at this point, you know. She's a little more painful in the back one, but she's been doing better and better each day that we wrap. So I think she's kind of starting to learn we're here to help her, and she's feeling better. Yeah, you got two up there. I was like, where are they? These are the ones that she bottle fed.
You can tell.
They're very, yeah, they're like, Mama. They're very little.
They're so cute. See, I just take them all if I could. We've got like 2 acres.
Do you know kind of when you would be wanting to?
Soon, like very soon. Yeah. We're ready to pull the trigger very much so.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Just because we are gonna have, we're really overloaded right now. So we're having a cat adoption event next week, but I'm sure the kittens will go really fast. So
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, no, we're like this week. Like if we're gonna do it, we're gonna pull the trigger straight away. So. Okay. There's a lot of cats.
Yeah. A lot of cats. Yeah, it's very true.
I do think that, I mean, it's funny, they do, cats tend to pick you. I think it's the same with most animals, they do pick you. So, because I felt like we could look online and see these cute little kittens, which is awesome, but then what tends to happen is personalities pick people, and they just, you know, my feeling is my kids would probably like the fact that she's in the back and quiet.
Aww.
But I don't know, I'm not gonna say anything. So, and I'll make them make the decision themselves.
Okay. So we had a potential adopter come out and just kind of see what cats and kittens we have, and then he's gonna bring his kids back so that they can actually pick out which one they want.
So what are you working on today?
So I'm working on GoProing a horse. And we're gonna put a GoPro on top of a horse and get a video of a day in the life of a horse from the horse's perspective. So far we've had no success. Chewy, we tried with Chewy, and Chewy was just too energetic and basically beat the GoPro off the top of his head. So we're gonna try again. If you're wondering, yes, it does take 2 people to do this because it is a very sensitive scientific expedition here.
AKA redneck engineering.
Pretty much.
Judge is going to be wearing the GoPro today, and he's a sweet boy.
So GoPro on horse. We see if it works. Oh, what a good boy.
So not to worry. Judge is comfortable, but he does look a little funny with his little
All right, he's going.
shift holder.
I'm going
But
to the stall and
here
give
we
him some
go.
grain, so he'll feel like eating some grain.
The adopters have arrived, and they brought their little girl to look at some minis.
We really wanted to try to get a pony, which she's a beginner rider, so I know that they're kind of few and far between finding one that's appropriate for a beginner. We're first-time horse owners, so maybe it's a good idea to like start small and work our way up, you know?
Yes, because the best part about a mini is that they eat a lot less and they get fat off of just grass, and it's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Plus they're super cute. So this is a little peanut, not peanut, popcorn.
We had a pop peanut that looked exactly like it.
Yeah, yeah. And we have we actually have a 2-year-old also. So we're like, well, she's gonna want, you know, when he does eventually get a pony, the 2-year-old's gonna want one too. So
Yeah, do you want to give it a treat? So what you're going to do is you're going to put it in the palm of your hand and hold it flat out. Just like that. She is about 20 plus, but minis are very durable, so.
What do you think? I'm Tanya. This is Lila.
Correct.
We are going home with popcorn and s'mores. We've actually been following Horse Plus for a couple of years. I'm not even sure how long, like far before, we decided to be horse owners, but, just following like what y'all do and just kind of following along with the different stories. How's your experience? Good? Good, yeah.
Good.
It was good. Everybody was really nice, and it's kind of cool to see everything in person rather than just from the pictures that are posted online. But it was a good time.
So the adopters just left, and the transporter will be here tomorrow to pick up popcorn and s'mores to finally take them to their forever home.
A little bit messy in here, but it works good for stacking the shaving.
Thank you, ladies. So we're here today to pick up 2 minis. They're bringing them now, and they're going to their new home. They're about an hour drive, so I want to get them there early this morning and give them all day to get settled in their new place. Owners are excited to see them coming. They were adopted yesterday. And we're gonna get them to their new home, and then I'm gonna come back later and we're gonna do some trimming, work on some feet. It's gonna be a good day.
We are getting ready for a very busy farrier day. We have 3 farriers coming out. And yeah, the horses have a different plan in mind today, but it'll be good.
Well, Panda does not want the oral medicine, but we need to give it to him because he is, of course, a wild Mustang, and he's gotten better. He still gets nervous around new people, and so he thinks that I'm probably gonna kill him with this, and I'm not. It's just a little helping medicine, but.
What does it do?
It makes him drowsy because he don't like to pick up his back feet good. He will kick out. But his front feet, I've gotten him a whole lot better at picking them up and holding them. But his back feet's just still work in progress.
Hi.
Hello.
Because we use these all day long, a lot of times we hit rocks and stuff like that. And I got 2 different grit wheels. A finer grit, and that really gets that knife to the correct shape. And then this finer grit, you put this jeweler's rouge, and it just buffs it to make it nice and slick, more or less. Makes your blade glide through the foot a lot easier. By book's definition, we're technically doing a surgical procedure because we're cutting live tissue off a living animal. So if you think about it that way, you wouldn't want a vet to have a dull knife when he does surgery. Kind of the same thing.
Looks to be like just a regular maintenance trim, nothing crazy going on with the feet, so that's good.
This is Flicka. She's doing really good with IV sedation. Sailor's been working with her a lot and she's come a long way with her handling, so she's actually going really well. And then we just sedated Sundance and Lyle's giving him a little more time for it to kick in, and then we're gonna try to get him done. This is the first time.
Leaky! She is in the chute. Can you pose that cake? Yeah.
My...
Cat was on the scale. She'll follow you there. Someone has to take her.
She could have gotten hurt, but everything's fine. He came back.
She's standing on that, and that's what's making her sore. It'll get dirt trapped up in there. That's where it abscesses. So that's the problem. She just got too much foot.
So what can we do for her?
Well, the way she is now, I can clean it all up, get it nice, and you can just soak it and...
Just treat like a normal abscess? Maybe some magic cushion?
Probably wouldn't hurt to keep it active. See all that?
And you can just see how soft it is.
Flexing. Halfway don't want to cut it out. Better. First get a syringe with some soapy water and blow that all out. Once she gets over this and grows plenty more foot, maybe consider a couple of cycles with a shoe on to get her up off the ground. Because right now she's just, her coffin bone is just sitting on the ground. She's got this issue going on with this one, and she wants to stand on this one.
Yeah, with all the extra.
And it just sank. See that white stuff? Sensitive corium. We're cleaning up this abscessed site. All of that down there is sensitive corium. It's what produces your horny foot. The stuff she needs to stand on, and it's compromised. Epsom salt solution keeps infection out, keeps the area clean.
And what's this stuff?
It is a turpentine and leather all ground up, mashed together. It does a similar thing. It keeps all the bad stuff out. Provides cushion. You want to try to keep it off their bulbs and their coronary as best as you can. For one, that's where they get all their blood supply. Two, they can go lame from that also.
This is Panda. This is one of the 3 Mustangs that we got along with Jackson and Spirit.
We're feeling quiet too. We don't want to mess it up.
Quiet excitement. This is Barbarella, who's kind of blind. I mean, she is blind, but she can see you coming to where you can't catch her. So she has just enough vision to run from you. This is Ender.
I'm done. We got, we had 11 on the books. We got all of them trimmed except the back end of one. We got one of the Mustangs done that was a lot of trouble at one point, so that's really good. Kayla ended up getting popped in the face by one of the mules, so that was one of the downs of the day, but other than that, everybody got trimmed. We'll be back in another couple of weeks.
Our farrier was out doing some horses, and one of our cats made quite the impression on her because she just came over there and got in the middle of things. So they decided to adopt her and her friend. Bye. Bye.
Hi, I'm Macy and I do the audio and videography for Horse Plus. So I do the audio for Horse Rescue Heroes. I take care of all that. I'm usually the one wearing the whole audio pack and the belt. And then I take care of the monthly reports that we post on YouTube. And I post reels on social media and videos. Ever since I was little, horses have always kind of been my favorite animal. I've always kind of wanted to work with them at some point in my life, and so this job happened and it was really cool. So I get to actually be surrounded by horses, and I love animals and I love helping animals. So through this job I'm able to do that and actually grow my skills in being a videographer. It's really cool that my boss Tawny was telling me we're called Horse Plus for a reason, and although we really focus on equines, we also get dogs and cats and other animals, and I love animals, so it's really great that I get to work here and be with all the different kind of animals that we get here.
So we are headed up to quarantine to run everyone back through, and then they get to come down for training evaluations.
There we go, there's one.
This is Anthem.
This is like a little sling that you can hang up and it stays upside down. You can just easily stick your needle in, get your drugs, and it also keeps it protected because this is a glass bottle. So if it drops, it's less likely to shatter.
This is Ruger. He also seems to have bilateral nasal discharge. He doesn't have a cough like Anthem, but he is also getting treated for that. These two aren't our official quarantine horses, but since they were showing signs of infection or getting a bug down in the regular area, we brought them up to keep them secluded, so they are away from all the horses. They're away from quarantine horses, away from everyone else, so they will stay up here until Monday when Dr. Lydia can do a recheck on them.
I am spraying down the chute with Rescue. This is just a disinfectant. We had a couple horses in here with snotty noses, so in order to not contaminate the rest of the horses we're about to bring down, we use this stuff.
Now we are beginning our quarantine horses that we are going to be deworming and boostering their vaccines so that we can release them from quarantine today.
Picard, what is you doing? He's gained 30 pounds, which is a lot for a little guy.
it's like one of those where it's like too soft to feel it. You know?
Ooh.
Isn't it really
You're
soft?
right, yeah.
Wow.
This is Hera. Pick up, sister. You got boogies too? Hey. Do you have boogies too? You look like, okay, there's boogies on that. It's gross, Hera. That's gross, sweet girl.
I think that she's gonna be fun to work with.
She just has her right eye, the conjunctivis swollen, so we're just gonna give her some eye medications to help with that.
That's all right. Keep going. Hey. Go. Move. Good girl.
Let's go. It's one of our easier times getting them out of quarantine just because we didn't have as many this time. This is Clear Eyes, just to help clean up his face before I put medication in. Yeah. Yeah. He's a good boy. I know. This is the not fun part. This is Barbarella, our sweet older 42-year-old pony. So if anyone's looking for a blind, sassy 42-year-old pony, got your girl. So we just got done reevaluating everyone in quarantine, giving them their vaccine boosters and their dewormer. So now quarantine will be ready for next week when we go to auction and bring home a new group.
Okay, so we made Francis a cake. I cut up carrots and apples, put water in it, and then froze it. And it is definitely frozen. So we're trying to see.
Ooh, came out nice.
It did. It's so pretty. Look, it even looks like a Lego block at the top. That very ingenuity. Do you see this? Very, very smart. Everybody's gonna wonder where their sauces and condiments are. I've got hats for us to celebrate as well, and the cake, which I don't know that this plate is not gonna wanna. Okay.
Oh, no.
I don't know how Francis is gonna feel about a party hat. Only one way to find out. That's our motto here at Horse Plus. Only one way to find out. Okay, so we're gonna try to put your cake, which is full of apples and carrots, in the feed bucket and see if you'll take a bite.
I'm gonna try to stick this in my pocket.
Okay.
Maybe we won't mess nothing up. Well, the transport went well. They had a really neat little place for those little fellers. They all set up and ready to go. Had a nice run in for them. You get to see where they're going and see their new homes, and that's kind of neat. And I get to talk to people. So I'm kind of shy, I don't talk a lot, so yeah. Oh dear. Oh, well that ain't a horse, that's a half of a horse, that's a quarter of a horse. Oh, half pint. Look at you. Is this, That's Cowboy, yeah. Ain't you something? Ain't you something? You could ride up front with me. Whoa, Cowboy, don't you get too wild on me now. Good boy. It's so hard when you trim these little babies. I call them babies, he's not really a baby. He's full grown. But they're so small, you want to keep them comfortable. And you have to be down here to keep them comfortable. So if you're not careful, you get them in a bind real quick and you don't even realize it. Cowboy's got really good feet on him. All right, so we're moving on up the ladder. Is that me? It is me. Hang on. Got a phone call. That was my wife. And she said, do a good job. I said, okay. And you know, it's kind of like this. It doesn't matter if you truly love them. It don't matter how mean they are to you or how many times you get kicked, bit. You just love the animal, and you don't love the bad days, but there's way too many good days to outnumber the bad ones. So, Mustang, are you working with a Mustang or is a Mustang working with you?
It's both.
Both of them. That's the way it usually goes. Give me that foot. Give me that foot. Please give me that foot. Oh, good gracious. A little stiff there. Woo! It gets old. After a week of training a horse and the horse is not responding, you think we're getting nowhere. Well, some horses will come around the first day, some 3 days, some 4, and some 2 weeks. But they're just like people, they're all different. So once you find out what it is to make them go your way, you're there, but being able to read them all is so hard, especially when you don't know the environment they come from. I mean, all you got to go by is hearsay, and that's it. So, you know, just being able to read them and fill them out's a lot. You okay? See that? You okay? You're good. You did good. Cowboy, you wanna go home with me? You right in the front in the AC. You wanna go home? You wanna go home with me? You right in the front seat? I turn the AC on. We'll listen to some country music. Yeah, boy. I'll let you work the radio, okay? I'll at least do that. It's power windows, just take your little hoof and push a button, they'll go down. He's like, really?
You got excited with the words AC though.
So they did good. They all look good. Good feet. Good day at Horse Plus. This is a really good area right here because you can spray it out, hose it down. You got plenty of room to work. Rubber mats. Good job. Yeah, you can see the dirt on him. You know that feels good though. You've got 3 items here. You see how big they make water and Pepsi and make it look big. But let me tell you what stout is a small thing. Small things come dynamite. It's like dynamite. Everything else is huge, dynamite small. They don't have to package sun drop in big bottles. All you need is a can. 1 can will do you. 1 a day, no more. Just 1 a day.
Okay. Oh, you got the nice bottles too?
Well, yeah.
Thank you.
You can't shoe horses and not get the nice one.
A few moments later.
He just took a bath. Are you joking? Yep. Are you joking? He just took a bath. How do you feel?
A little upset, but he looks like he's enjoying himself. Do you feel better? Do you feel dirty again?
He hates being clean.
Apparently so.
We had a potential adopter come out to look at our cats. He seen we had plenty to choose from, so he brought his kids back so that they could pick out which cats they wanted to take home.
Hello. Oh my god.
The brothers, I know, right? They're the brothers upstairs. They're like super.
Hi.
These were weird from like.
Yes, they were bottle fed, so they
he wants to go.
are completely spoiled rotten.
So because I feel like you're gonna be the one that jumps up.
Hello.
Oh, back over here.
One of them's watermelon and one of them's cantaloupe or
honeydew.
Honeydew. Thank you. Look at you. Cantaloupe was adopted. So
yeah, try and do.
Honeydew. So Honeydew's a girl.
Good.
Good.
There you go.
Hi. And they're tiny.
I'm sure with our cat adoption, like we're doing the cat adoption next week, I mean, we could probably do a buy one, get one.
What do you think, girls? Would you get both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like 2 cats.
Yeah. I just think it's unfair. He looked too sad when he came out of the cage, or she came out of the cage. I was like, I can't do that.
Can we get them today?
Well, it's just from a carrier. That's the thing.
We do have.
Oh, we have a carrier
We-
in the back of the car.
Oh, you do?
Oh.
Okay, then you get them.
I was gonna say we
Yeah.
have foldable carriers.
No,
if
we
you
got.
need
I've got
to.
one because when we got our dog.
Then we'll get them. No, yeah, because we just go to Walmart now.
Useless for us now because he's like bigger than twice the size of the cage now. So.
If we're allowed to get it now,
Yeah. These two are good to go.
Yeah,
They've had
they've
everything done.
They've been spayed and everything well, and
Could I hold that one?
Of course you can.
Is that okay, Vivi?
Super calm.
He cool that? Is he so
Careful now, Vivi.
I think I got you a couple little ping pong balls.
Oh, we've got loads of those from your birthday party, B.
They love them. You guys can actually find their photos on the Looking for Love and move them over to Found Love. It's just a little tradition we do.
She found them earlier already.
Yeah. It's like I know exactly where they are.
It was awesome. It was great. The
Beautiful.
second time in one day, so it's got to be good for that, right? So I think we just moved into our new home. So when we have
They're
a
going to
dog,
be playing. Look at them.
I think they're going to be playing a lot. They have a nice big house, don't they? And 2 kids who are very excited to have cats, and hopefully
We'll give them
less
a lot
mice.
of love. And cats and mice.
And hopefully they'll be dead soon.
Oh,
the
the
mice.
dead. The mice. Oh,
Yeah.
goodness. I was like, where are we going with this conversation?
Well, I hope you enjoyed them.
Thank you very much.
So we are gonna give Halo just a touch of sedation and then remove the iodine-soaked gauze packing. Dr. Lydia was able to put putty in where the hole was in the mouth to help prevent any food from getting out. So we're gonna pull that out today and then clean it up and put some medicine in it. Problem is too, this is a very delicate spot because it's into the sinus cavities. So you have to be very careful. So we were hoping that the putty would completely seal the mouth part of it. And I don't think it held. So when the first time we packed it with the gauze until we got the putty in, the hole did start getting smaller, but this is not good. So we are gonna pack Manuka honey into the wound, which is a really good antimicrobial, and then we're gonna put more iodine packing in. Lead her up. Will you help me pull around? I'm going all the way over the head right now.
What are you doing?
So we just got done with Halo. Wasn't as much improvement as we were hoping for. We did put putty in her mouth as well as dental sealant to try to help close that hole. Unfortunately, when I pulled the gauze out of it, there was some food material, not as much. So it might be something possibly where Dr. Lydia may be able to reapply it. I'm not sure until she comes out here next week and is able to look at it. She was a really good girl. She let me completely flush it out, get all the food material out. We were able to pack in Manuka honey as well as iodine-soaked gauze packing. And then we put Surpass, which is an anti-inflammatory topical around the swelling. And then we were able to put a sock on to just help try to keep the packing in. So she is in really good spirits. She's still eating and drinking great. We're we're kind of fighting an uphill battle at this point.
Every flower, a beautiful remark.
So I am on light duty until further notice. And I wanted to test a theory out with Carol today. I wanted to see if she reacted the same way to men as she does with women. We got Sailor in there with Carol. Catching was about the same, but she seems to be staying there pretty good for Sailor messing with her. It's about the same for reaching down her leg, trying to pick up her feet. She's a little touchy with that. So hopefully this, having a couple different people handle her, will help her progress in her training a lot faster.
No, I don't know how you do it. Something so sweet, now I'm hooked on it.